So, so we've heard the story of how you discovered AI, and I'm really interested in the impact that it's had on you and others in your life and work, and how it's brought the best out of you personally and or professionally, and in what way have you integrated into your business and your family life, and just give me a story about the impact in general that AI has had on your life and work.
So I was very fortunate to take my first training course with Jane Magruder-Watkins and Liz Workman, and two people I cannot imagine any better to do that course with. And I was so inspired because when I went down, I'd had a small experience of appreciative inquiry, and this was the opportunity to learn all about it. And at that time, I remember thinking, if I could apprentice with Jane, my life would be different. I'm Scottish, so apprenticeship felt like a really important thing. Mm-hmm. And as it happened, a few months later, we connected, and I ended up bringing Jane and Ralph to Canada to do the first foundation workshop. And that was when my life really changed. Because
when was that, Maureen?
That would have been 2000.
Okay.
99 or 2000, I can't exactly recall. And what was great about it was that in that year, from taking the workshop, Jane invited me to do 2 more workshops with her. And then I brought her up to Canada again to do a workshop in Winnipeg. So within a year, I had completed 4 foundation workshops. So going through, as you know, the process was attend, then come to a second one, the third one you would start to facilitate, and then the 4th one. And that really changed my life, because at that moment, I really moved from doing organizational effectiveness and strategic planning to really being focused on how to lift up appreciative inquiry and bring it into the world. And so the bulk of my work for a number of years was doing foundation workshops with Jane and Ralph. And then from that, I would have clients who show up and say, I want to do a whole system engagement. I hadn't realized how complicated it was. Can I hire you? And so that brought me into, because people were hiring me for appreciative inquiry, my background was corporate. Suddenly I found myself doing summits on palliative care with the largest hospital in Canada, doing summits with education, imagine student success. We had 1,000 people at a summit with 800 students who had conducted 2,300 interviews. There's an article in the AI Practitioner. And then from that, we got to know the kids. And so when you say, how did it change my life? It was the relationships that came from these engagements. It's the one-off story of the various students. And some of them, 13, 14 years later, I'm still mentoring and working with. So it really has, it opened me up to the world in a way that I would never have been able to do it if I was just focusing on my professional capabilities.
That's a great story. A lot, you really ended up doing a lot just from that beginning training with Jane. And
I have so much to be blessed, because it was that experience, that brief experience from Jervis Bush's article on teaming. And that's why I say to people, try it, go where the energy is. And as Jane would say, you do no harm asking what's working.
That's right.